My name is Jan Brouwers, working at the Center for Development Innovation, Wageningen University and Research Center. I'd like to give you a short introduction about theory of change. At first, when I started to learn about the concept of theory of change, I didn't really like it because I didn't like the word theory. I like change. Now later I learned that applying theory of change helps you to achieve results in practice. We find theory of change useful to guide our strategic thinking and action. Most of our programs and projects, they are active in a complex situation. Many actors, many issues, often unplanned events happen, and theory of change can help you to work in that complex environment. Basically, there are four main reasons why you could be interested in starting with theory of change. Firstly, it will help you and your team or your partners to make a robust planning, design of your intervention. Secondly, it helps you in your monitoring, evaluation and learning framework, because you will check the assumptions you will make and you will be clear on what you want to achieve and what are the indicators. Thirdly, some of us would like to scale up what we are doing. So as from the start, theory of change is helping us to think about how will we scale up later. And fourthly and lastly, evaluation. If you want to carry out an evaluation at the end, the theory of change used at the start can be helpful to reconstruct what happened afterwards. Or if there wasn't a theory of change at the start, you can make a new one at the end with the project partners. Now, what is a theory of change? It is basically about what we want to achieve, how we think we can achieve it, and why do we want to achieve it. Most theory of change practitioners use a visual and a narrative. In the visual, you will see the visual summary of the intervention we are doing. In the narrative, you will explain each step. In the visual, you will have the pathways of change. The pathways of change show how, from your vision, what you want to achieve ultimately, how you work backwards to say what are the changes that are needed to reach your ultimate vision. At the end, you will be clear about what you as a project will do and also what you assume that other actors will do later to, combined with your achievement, result in the vision in the long term. We all have assumptions about change. In our former planning structures with the logical framework, we only thought about assumptions, what would happen around us or not happen around us. Like the weather will be stable, there will not be a revolution. With theory of change, we think about new types of assumptions. One main new type is cause-effect assumptions. So what is really our thinking about how an early result will afterwards give a later results? So we explore that more. We also explore still another type of assumption, which is the mindset assumption, thinking about change. Some of us think that change is coming through crisis. Others think that change is coming about through research. Still others think about change is coming about through democratization. Now it's important in your team or your group of partners to be clear about your assumptions, how change will really be achieved, and have a joint theory of change where those assumptions are being agreed upon. At CDI we have a group of experienced facilitators that have worked with theory of change in value change, theory of change and nutrition, theory of change and natural resource management like integrated water basin management, theory of change and landscapes, theory of change and climate change. So if you need help, we can look for possible support. We also have our resource portal, which is open for anybody that would like to explore examples. We have some keynotes about the theory of change facilitation, theory of change and assumptions, theory of change and gender. You will see many documents like the HIVOS manual on theory of change, which is really an excellent manual. And if you have more questions, please contact us at CDI.